Hey guys and girls, getting ready to cover this tracker boat and put my rod and reels in. I got some of them in already, ready to go. And head over to Lake Texoma. I'm heading over to Lake Texoma today, which is about 45 minutes or an hour from here. Fish with a buddy of mine over there, Dale Hegeland. Dale owns Hegeland Farms, which is like the premier big whitetail deer raising farm in the United States. I mean, they raise deer that they had a yearling, 1-year-old buck that scored over 400. Over 400. Is that amazing? Over 400. And they raise, they'll have anytime 400 or 500 deer there on their facility. They supply deer really all over the nation, and they're just amazing. They do AI, artificial insemination. They also do embryos. They sell embryos from their deer, so they're just the genetic champions of the world, I guess you might say. Dale loves to fish. He's got a house down on Lake Texoma. I was going over to Murray or to 10 Killer today to try to crankbait up some bass, but we heard that the stripers are going over there. Now, if the stripers are going, now we can catch them slabbing down on the bottom. I don't want to do that. But they school early in the morning, late in the evening. We have missed the early morning part because I'm waiting on Pat to get here from Tulsa. But we'll hopefully catch them the last hour before dark, schooling. They've been schooling, hundreds of them, and you can just catch them one right after another when you do that. And a lot of them are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pound stripers. So we're hoping to do that. I'm sure I could go over there and just crankbait and spinnerbait all day and catch enough bass to have a great day. But we'll see what happens. We'll see you there. Get this baby covered. Spinnerbait off those tires. Well, that's what you catch when you go striper fishing right here. Woo, fishing Lake Texoma today. We're striper fishing. Jimmy, that's not a striper. Got my buddy Dale Hegeland back here in the back of the boat, and Dale is an Iowa deer farmer, a great friend of mine that helps me a lot with our deer. That's a pretty good way to start there, Dale.
Yes, it is.
That's a nice largemouth bass right there on the spinnerbait. I can see quite a few fish up in the end of this pocket on my live scope, so I thought I'd just throw a spinnerbait up here, picked it up, and we're going to be striper fishing, white bass fishing, crappie fishing. We're fishing whatever bites, that's all we care about. We'll be talking about deer too, because I don't want to tell you, Dale's not going to tell you many secrets. He tells me something sometimes and he talks real slow and real low when he tells me, because he doesn't know anybody over here, and he said, don't tell anybody I told you this. So, but he raises the biggest deer in the world, biggest whitetail deer in the world. Pretty good sugar. You want to kiss my girl?
Sure. I'll kiss my own.
You kiss your own girl. Woo! I love it. I'm gonna quit.
Oh, beautiful day.
It is an incredible day. It's a little breezy, a little windy out there. I knew you was gonna catch them on that smoothie. You should catch white bass, stripers, and largemouth. Small largemouth. Yep. You got barbs on your hooks too. I got my barbs smashed down. I gave you a hook with barbs on it. Just to be nice to you.
Well, didn't work.
It still come off.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to get him to jump for the camera.
There you go. There's another one on that spinnerbait, right in the very end of the pockets. You could probably run tail ends of pockets and catch a lot of bass today. We'll catch whatever we can catch. We like them all. Oh yeah. Come here, baby. Nice little bass. Woo-hoo-hoo. I love it. Is that nice or is that nice? I love it. 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 Well, he was in the very end of it. I saw a bunch of shad up here in the end too on my scope. So a lot of those bass, what they do in the fall of the year like this is they'll follow those shad. They'll follow those shad all the way to the ends of these pockets. And I got a little 3/8 ounce. I might move to a half. I got a little 3/8 ounce Jimmy Houston Legend spinnerbaits by Lucky Strike on there. That's what I caught those first two on. Yeah, he come off of that, I don't know if that's a tire or just a rock over there, but that's where that one come off of and bit. Not a very big one. He come and eat that spinner. I was slow rolling that spinnerbait on that one. My problem with my bass is every one of them's getting a little smaller than the one before. By the end of the day, I'll be catching minnows, crappie minnows. They're hitting that spinnerbait. It's really the only thing I'm getting any bites on. I just kind of slow rolling that out there. It's only two foot deep here. I am seeing some fish laying on the bottom. I don't really know what they are. That looks like a pretty good fish too. You might have a striper right there. Is that on that little swim bait jig?
Yeah.
Jig with a swim bait on it? Yeah, buddy. I bet you got a striper. Finally. Or you got a rock, I don't know
It's
which.
right over there.
Acts like a pretty nice fish. Well, she got
Not a real big one. But
spinning rod, it's hard to tell. Small striper.
he's a striper. Oh, he's not real small.
Not very small, huh? Biggest one you caught today, hasn't
Yeah.
it? You want me to net him?
I don't care.
There you go. There you go, pal. Now, we should be able to just catch tons of them that size.
You'd think.
And we've not been doing today for some reason.
No.
The reason, I don't know. You were probably out there in about 7 foot of water when you caught that guy. I'm gonna back off that point a little bit more. Texoma striper. How many million do you think there are in here, Dale?
I think there's 10 million at least.
10 million.
There's lots of them.
You ever tried to count them?
Yeah, I did once.
Yeah?
But then phone rang and I lost count at 2 million, so I had to start over.
And start all over again.
Yeah, so I just gave up on that.
They say there's several million in here. I don't know who counted them, but I'm gonna take their word for it.
That was just a little one though. We gotta catch some big ones.
Oh, there he is. That bass was there.
This is a good one.
Pretty nice one too. Not a 5-pounder, but he's a pretty nice one. My golly, he might be a 5-pounder. I don't know. Oh, he come off.
Oh,
Golly.
wow. That was a good one.
Yeah, I need to put me on a bait that's got a barb on it. I think I will. Doggone it. There's a little fish. Feels like a largemouth. No, it's a little striper. Yeah, it's a largemouth. A spot. Kentucky, but wait, a fat little rascal. Yeah, a spotted bass. Well, you hold still, spotted bass. I don't want that hook in my hand. Got a little spotted bass right there. Look how fat that critter is. This lake has got quite a few in it. It doesn't have a huge, but that's a pretty one right there. That is a gorgeous spot right there. Thank you, Sugar Bear. Caught that on that American Original Deep Smoothie. I'm seeing quite a few fish down through here. 6 foot deep water. Well, we've caught largemouth, we've caught stripers, and we caught spotted bass. No crappie. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Well, that didn't work out real good, but, you know, that's fishing. They don't call it catching, they call it fishing, and we had a really tough day. We probably caught, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 fish total, and probably could have caught a lot of bass if we'd have just bass fished. We caught a few bass when we first started, back in the tail end of the pocket of the spinnerbait, and really never did do that much anymore. So I think that we probably could have caught a lot of bass. I probably could have caught some nice ones. I had one about 5 pounds off of that one individual log right there before dark. I saw the fish and I thought it was about a 3-pounder. Now I got a look at it and it's about 5 pounds, and it just pulled off. I had my barb smashed down and probably would have caught the fish if I'd been using a hook with a spinnerbait with a barb on it. But you know, they don't call it catching, they call it fishing. And the information we had was good. Dale actually stopped at that little bait store there in Kingston, nice little bait store, and the guy that runs that store had told him that the fishing for the stripers schooling early and late is better now than it's ever been. He said there's literally 3 or 4 miles of birds working schooling stripers there on this one area around Soldier Creek, and Soldier Creek is where Dale's got a house, and so that's where we were fishing. And the guy that owned that store was actually going down there late in the evening, right before dark, and waiting, fishing off a point there, and catching several just from the bank, and we're out there in a boat. And I know that's true because we did see like 4 or 5 pickups pulled up on that bank fishing that last hour before dark. We didn't see anybody catch anything, but it didn't happen. They didn't school this evening. There were a few birds around. We marked a lot of fish down around 30 feet out on the out on our live scope, and we saw, I mean, just like giant schools of these big stripers, but they wasn't biting at all. A lot of people were slabbing. I think I saw one fish caught slabbing. I didn't even try that. It's just jerking it up. It's fun, but you know, it just wasn't what we wanted to do, and so we just didn't catch them. You know, we caught a few bass there as soon as we got in. Probably could have continued to do that all day and caught a lot of bass. Probably could have had a great bass fishing day. But we wanted to catch those stripers, and we just kept thinking it would happen, it would happen, it would happen, and all of a sudden it got dark and didn't happen. But it was a fun trip. We had that one big fish, about 5 pounds, and caught a few other bass. And Dale had one, you know, not a big striper, but just a nice striper on his little light rod he was throwing. I thought it was a big one. It took him a long time to land that fish, but that is fishing. But Dale and I had a great day. We talked a lot about deer. Dale's got, you know, he's got around 500 deer in his facility up there in Iowa. He's got 108 buck fawns, he told me. Buck fawns, male fawns this year, 108. And it's just amazing. He just is an amazing deer farmer. His son Adam runs that place now. Dale is getting real good at not doing much of anything, is what he told me. That's not true. He works really hard still. You know, he's a little bit younger than me, not much, but guys that are achievers in their lifetime are going to continue to work 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. It doesn't make any difference, because I've talked about it a lot on our Catch of the Day channel. Life, the guys that have the most joy and the most fun in life are the guys that work hard, because they're achievers. They're achieving something, and they're doing things with enthusiasm, and they're trying to be exemplary. And this is the secret to having fun. This is the secret to a happy life, achieving something every day. We didn't get a big television show shot out there today, but we had a lot of fun. We became better friends. We were friends already, but we became better friends because when you get to spend a day fishing with somebody, that's a precious, precious day. Guys and girls, remember, I love you.